Hello everyone, welcome to today's plan with me. For this week I'm using a kit from Meow. I want to say it's called something like Winter Wishes, but I'm probably so wrong. So as always, it will be in the description box just because I cannot for the life of me remember off the top of my head what it was called, and I don't have the remnants of the sticker kit next to me. This was an absolutely beautiful kit, like really gorgeous. The colour of the blue, this sort of periwinkle blue mixed with really light, not quite baby blue, it's all very dusty colours, and then the sort of soft nude. It's just beautiful. It feels very cold, very wintry. The sort of bench on the mountain with the tree. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit funny. I've been in the office the last couple of days and it's kind of knocked me for six. I always feel a bit run down after office days. I think it's the level of socialisation. It's like, whoa, I need to rein it in. The bottom washi is absolutely beautiful with these ginormous foil snowflakes, and then the really beautiful floral pattern in the thin strip of washi. With the day covers, I just wanted to do something slightly different, just played around with it a little bit. I don't love it, it's okay. I think it looks a bit disjointed. I don't know what I could have done differently. I was thinking about trying to pull in a bit more floral and kind of balancing it out a bit, but I don't know how I would have done that without it just looking even more cluttered while I was trying to make it look kind of dainty and cute. So I don't love it. I won't be doing it again. But you've got to try new things. And it was probably a bit more effort than I personally would like to put into the date covers, but because there's so much space at the top, which I'm not used to, Harriet Wright Designs planners do not come with this level of space. I feel like I have to fill it and I need to stop. I'm only 3 weeks into my new planner, but I feel like I need to get used to that amount of space. And of course, because this is an older format kit, it doesn't have the long strip of florals, sort of cut out floral, that I've been using the last few weeks. So when a kit doesn't have that option, I'm having to play around. The next spread, actually, I really struggled. It's it's not a date cover style that I've done before, but there we go. Yeah, I need to kind of get used to this space when I don't have that long floral strip. January is dragging. Like, I'm looking at the dates of this spread, and it's just like, oh my goodness, it's a really long month, and we get paid early in December. So I think that makes it feel even more kind of long and drawn out. But, 5 planner spreads in January. New Year was obviously right at the end of the week, so maybe that's why it feels longer. I don't know. January always feels long, but my goodness, this is dragging now. But the weather, I have to say, in the UK has been really nice. We had really heavy rain for a couple of weeks. It was intense, like everywhere's flooded. They had to close the basement car park at work, which was an absolute nightmare, because that was flooded. The field we were right next to fields, and they just were completely covered in water. But this week we have had gorgeous weather. It's been like super duper sunny, but crisp and cold, really cold in the very low degrees, but beautifully sunny. And I love that weather. I would always choose winter over summer. I love the rain. The intense heavy rain over long periods of time is difficult with the dog because she does not enjoy it, and it does mean that we can't go to her favourite fields to kind of run around because they're all boggy and gross. But in general, I would always choose sort of autumn, winter and somewhat spring over summer any day of the week. I just find it really fresh and makes you feel a bit more awake. And I love being able to bundle up in lots of layers. I love sitting at home feeling cosy rather than sitting at home with 10 fans on me, absolutely dying from how hot it is. Anyway, sorry, back to the kit. So this was absolutely beautiful kit. But like I said, older format for Miss and Meow. Still really easy to work with. I have always loved her kits. It is interesting though, when you get used to a certain format of kit, and things have moved forward quite quickly, I'd say, with kit changes in the last year. Like if I look at my last planner, my earlier spreads are very different to my end of year spreads, and that's not even taking into account my switch to a much more clean, less cluttered way of planning. Even if we ignore those last few weeks, there's still quite a big change from how kits looked in my planner at the start of the year to how they looked at the end. People have brought in a lot more journaling elements, torn paper, different shape boxes. You've not just got your quarter, third and half boxes. Obviously Miss Meow has the most beautiful scallop circles and lace boxes and things. But it's so funny trying to use a slightly older kit format. This isn't like years old. And it felt a lot more like, oh, I kind of need to space things out a certain way because there's not going to be as much flexibility within the kit. So yeah, it's just kind of interesting to be like, oh, a year ago I would have flown with this kit. Like I would have been like, yes, got it down. I'm going to use all the scallop circles, which I did this time still. I adore her scallop circles. But I've used them very differently to how I would have used them before. I've layered them very differently to how I've layered them before. I actually used the panda bird design, lace doily scallop things to layer with them, because I've run out now of my Miss Meow ones, which is devastating. She's not bringing them back, the foiled versions, because they just bring up too many foiling mistakes, but they are beautiful. I really wish she would one day if she can figure that out. And then I adore her third boxes. They are perfect. Like I cannot explain to you the lace box is the one that you just saw me put down there, the rectangle. Perfection. I would buy sheets and sheets and sheets of those, especially if she did them in foil. I would buy so many that my bank account would not survive. And the third boxes that have the foil on them, I'm about to lay one down now with the lace over the top and bottom. It's just perfect because she does the lighter bit on the middle so you can write on it, and then the foil is gorgeous. And of course, because I haven't had to layer it myself, it's not wonky. So it's all just really beautiful and dainty and very well foiled and very well done. So I did really enjoy planning with this kit. It's just funny thinking about how I would have done it differently a year ago. So I also pulled into this spread the Crafts by Towie scallop boxes that I love. I pulled in the rectangle ones and the square ones. And then I just solely used white day stationery icons for this spread because I thought I have to use the blue because it's the perfect blue. And I was right. It looked amazing. This was a pretty quiet week, mainly just walking the dogs. I watched AHS Coven. I think that's my favourite season of the whole show. I really enjoyed that season. I also went back and watched Asylum. Those are my two favourite seasons. I did really enjoy Roanoke, but I don't think I could watch it on my own. But those, and probably Hotel as well, actually. I do enjoy that one, but Coven is my top favourite. So I went back and watched that this week. We've been watching a couple of episodes of Cabinet of Curiosities. The first episode was really interesting, and I wasn't so sure about the second episode, so I don't know. We'll probably just watch that as and when we kind of have a bit of time to kill. Lewis eventually got my horrible cold this week, so he was having to unfortunately just be in bed the whole time on his days off work. I was still sleeping it off, so I was sleeping so much, so I still have sleep 14 hours logged on Thursday, so nothing exciting. Catching up on The Apprentice, which now that I think about it, doing this voiceover, there'll be one from yesterday that I can watch. Had a bubble bath. I had one of my closest friends over for dinner, and that was really nice. Sort of catch up. She just had a promotion, a very well-earned promotion at work, and that was amazing to catch up on that and see how she was doing. And then I met my sister-in-law and her dog on Saturday. I took Wendy's best friend with me as well, and they had an absolute ball. We were out for about an hour and a half, and it was so windy, and they were just running like maniacs. We walked up a really steep hill, and at the top you could lean over and the wind would hold you up, it was so windy, but they had an absolute blast. And then we had Kobe for the rest of the day, and that was lush, and then just had a chill day on Sunday. So this is how the spread came out. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. I think it's an absolutely beautiful kit and I really like how it came out, but I will see you in the next one.